On this episode of Out of the Box Gaming, we talk LAN parties versus online parties. We revel in the joy of seeing the pain and sorrow in our defeated opponents' faces. So power up your favorite consoles, press play, and enjoy gaming with us. Whoa! What? Oh, all right.
This is awkward.
What's up, gamers? Welcome to Out of the Box Gaming. I am your host, Nick Picard, and I'm joined by the holiday cheermeister, Will Kinsey.
Holiday Cheermeister. I'm not sure about that one.
Well, you know where it's from, right?
No, actually.
Oh, have you seen the Jim Carrey, The Grinch?
Yeah.
Okay, well, remember whenever they had that Whovilation, and they were looking for, someone to be like nominated for Holiday Cheermeister.
The Cheermeister.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, I was going with that, so.
So are you saying Will is the Grinch?
No. Well, I mean, no, not necessarily, because this is just, someone could nominate anyone to be a cheermeister, and Cindy Lou Who just was like, I nominate the Grinch. So,
Okay.
and he
I
just had.
nominate Will.
Yeah, so Will is the holiday cheermeister for this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Well, if you are joining us for the first time or for the 30th time, we want to welcome you.
30.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah, 30. Yeah.
Woo-hoo.
It's crazy. We are a gaming podcast where we talk about all types of games like video games, board games, card games, etc. And you may ask, why are you going to talk about games? And it's simple. I mean, we want to. And because we think we have something to say that you may want to hear.
That's right, everyone. We want to show you our love of games and, maybe even introduce you to something new.
If you want to catch us live, you can do that by going over to twitch.tv/AceKingKing on Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Awkward pause for Lindsay to come in.
Oh, shoot. Well, I forgot you added something up here for me.
RIP.
Also, we're starting game nights on our Discord server. We had our first one last week, and it was a lot of fun. We had a pretty good turnout. And we played some code names. So if anyone wants to join us on the next one, just join our Discord. We'll schedule our next game night shortly, and we'll have an announcement up on the Discord. But if you ever want to play games with others, ask some people in the Discord and hop in one of those voice channels, and I'm sure someone will join you.
Yeah.
Speaking of Discord, you guys know we want to hear from you, so always feel free to drop topic ideas and discussion questions that you would love for us to talk about. This can be done by joining the Discord and going over to that topic ideas and discussion questions text channel and typing away.
Yeah. And Lindsay has our trivia question ready, I believe. So, Lindsay, what do you have for us today?
I do indeed.
Ah,
Okay,
indeed.
so Will has proven champion over this trivia question.
Yeah, I don't
Ordeal.
Yeah, I don't even think I can even catch up. So,
And so at this point, I'm just trying to stump Will.
okay, yeah, I mean
Okay.
that's like, don't even try to stump me because you can do
Ooh,
that
I
with a
like
simple
this.
question. So just try to stump Will.
That's what this has turned into. So I don't know Will's knowledge on everything. I don't know what he knows about this particular
I have
subject.
an approximate knowledge of all things in the universe. So
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I will
We'll
keep
see.
that in mind. So my question is, in the original arcade version of Donkey Kong, what was the name of the character that would later be known as Mario?
Oh, I know this. I'm sorry, Lindsay.
God bless a milk cow.
Sorry. Could you repeat the question? I got distracted by chat and wanted to say hello to someone.
Yeah, you do need to hear this
Yeah.
too. In the original arcade version of Donkey Kong,
Yes.
what was the name of the character that would later be known as Mario?
Oh, like, I know I've seen it in some of those documentaries, but I don't know if I've paid attention enough to remember. But Will, am I right? Was it like mentioned in one of those like that show documentary on Netflix?
It's been mentioned in a couple of them.
Okay.
Because it's a very funny fact that a lot of game developers like to put out, that Mario was originally in Donkey Kong and his name was
Yeah. I feel like it was one of those things where it was mentioned because I know they talked about like the Donkey Kong game and they mentioned Mario, and yeah. So it's probably one of those facts that I didn't pay close enough attention to remember, but
Yeah, Mario really has a type, always chasing after blondes who are being stolen away by giant monsters.
Yeah.
Sorry, my sister just texted me and asked if I'd watched The Mandalorian yet, so might be
yeah.
a little distracted talking to her about that.
Well, we don't want to get distracted on that.
Yeah. Carry on. Should I show you the answer to that trivia question?
No,
Okay.
No, because I still want to have a guess.
Okay.
Well, that is a phenomenal question that you have for us today, Lindsay. Thank you so very much for putting all of your hard work and effort into researching that question. And if you guys at home want to think about that question, we'll come back to it at the end of the episode.
He thinks I worked hard.
I know you work hard. You are the hardest working producer, admin, moderator. But enough about you, Nick. What have you been playing this last week?
What a weird way to compliment me and kick me all at the same time.
Let's see this past week. What have I did play a little Fortnite. I did play Overwatch because the new event has started, the Winter Wonderland event for Overwatch. And we only played for like a day. We were just trying to get our wins to get the Junkrat skin, because this week is you get a free Junkrat skin. Next week, I think, would be the Ana skin, which is a gingerbread man skin, but it's just her outfit is the colors of like that you would associate with gingerbread man.
So as a former Junkrat main, I have to ask, what's the Junkrat skin?
Elf. So he's green, and yeah, I mean, I like it, but
he doesn't have great holiday skins.
No, I don't. Like, he has a Krampus skin, and then he had a beach rat, which was, him just chilling at the beach, because at this time over in Australia, it's actually summer. So, and then the third week, I'm pretty sure is going to be the Roadhog skin, which is a snowman. Which, the thing is, so far from what I've seen from this event, the skin wise, I'm not very impressed, and I feel like a lot of the characters that already had a holiday skin are getting another one, and some that already had multiple, like, winter skins are getting another one. So, because I know, I think this is Roadhog's third one for the winter. Junkrat, this is his third. It's a terrifying one. I know Reinhardt, he has like a conductor skin, but his last one, like, the colors kind of look the same, because the last one they had was like a present one or whatever.
Yeah.
So
maybe you should just go work for Blizzard, Nick. Tell them how it be.
You're like, yo, y'all can't be doing that. No, give some love to some of these other characters. Look, May already has, like a Mrs. Claus skin. We have a cat on my chair now. Like, you don't need to do a penguin. Yeah, penguins are cute, but why can't you put the penguin on someone else? So,
do we have Elf Tracer?
Yeah, that was that was like the very first one.
Okay,
and
I feel like that makes sense.
And I'm still mad at them because they have not yet made Hammond the rolling wrecking ball an ornament or a lump of coal.
Yeah,
like
missed opportunity. Come on, Blizzard.
So
Blizzard art department.
And then Torbjorn, he got a lumberjack skin, which Lindsay really likes.
I like it. Yeah.
But like I really feel like they just need to show some love for, this winter event to some of the other characters, because there's some that don't even have any. But it's okay. So let's see. I said Fortnite, Overwatch. Oh, I did play some Destiny. I know earlier in the week I started Destiny, and then there was an update, like they did maintenance like in the middle of playing. So then me and Cody switched over to Avengers, and I played a little of that just so I can like unlock Kate Bishop, and then I played a little of her. And from the beginning, she was okay, but then I realized that she will become more fun to play when you unlock more of the skill, like in her skill tree or whatever. Because at first it was like, you draw the bow and you shoot from a distance, and you have different settings for the bow, kind of like with Iron Man with his repulsors. He has
Oh,
like 3
nice.
different settings. So she has 3 different settings with the bow, but then she does like a bunch of, melee stuff. And I was like, well, I feel like I should be able to do more stuff with a bow. So then after I leveled her up some and got some skill points to put into the skill tree, one of them, it was you hold X and you act like you're going in for like a swing or something. And then instead you like turn around and you like kind of slide back and you shoot with the bow. And then there was another one with a triangle that kind of does the same thing. And I'm like, okay, I see where she is going to play different whenever you unlock these skills. So I'm looking forward to playing more of that. Just don't know when. And let's see what else. I did play some Fall Guys past couple days because the new season is out for Fall Guys.
3, right?
Yeah.
Gosh.
And it's a winter thing. So whenever I go in, you can change the game mode in Fall Guys, which you could, I think, last season. And I just put it strictly on the winter one. So all I get are the winter obstacles. And I feel like I've done them all now. By now, like the other day I thought I did them all, but then yesterday when we played there was like 2 new ones that I didn't even get to do. I have not won this season yet. I came close yesterday a couple times.
Yeah, second place in one of them.
Yeah.
Sad to watch.
But been enjoying that more. I had like a lot of their like game currency or whatever. And they've been putting out some like holiday costumes like elf and reindeer, and I picked both of those up.
Nice.
So yeah. And then also this week I started Immortals Phoenix Rising, and man, that is a very fun game. Like
it looks amazing, dude.
Like I said, I think earlier in the year, whenever we've talked about this game, I said that this is my most anticipated game for this year, and yes, and I've been enjoying it a lot. It's a lot of fun. There are a lot of similarities to Breath of the Wild, like, that huge open world that you can just, run around, you get a mount, you have the stamina bar and all that, but it's a lot of fun. I still mess up with my combat because I've been playing on the PS5, and whenever I attack, the light attack is R1, and then heavy attack is R2, and your dodge is square. And I'm used to games where my light attack would be square, my heavy attack would be triangle, my dodge would be like circle. Right. So in the middle of it, there'll be times where I'm pressing square and I'm wanting to attack, but then I'm dodging. And then there's been other times where I would dodge and I would press circle and I'm crouched. And I'm like, oh my goodness. And then someone said, well, you can change your controls. So I went and looked, and whenever I changed one to one thing, it like messed up 2. And then I started going through and I'm like, you know what? This seems a little bit too complicated. So I'm not going to do this. I'll eventually learn these controls. So I feel like I've gotten a little better at it, but we'll see. And then other than that, I know last week on Sunday I played a little Smash Brothers, and I know that's something you've been playing. So we're just going to jump into what have you been playing, Will?
Well, I have been playing a lot of Smash Brothers, a lot of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Basically, me and my buddy Ron have been training amiibos, but we haven't been doing it right. So now we have to retrain a bunch of amiibos, which is that's a whole process that we can talk about another time if we want to. I explained it to Nick before the stream.
Hey, maybe that could be part of a future episode.
How to train an amiibo?
Yeah. It's like How to Train Your Dragon, but it's an amiibo instead.
Yeah. It's like Pokemons. Like, other people can have the same Pokemon as you, but it's trained differently, so it acts differently and it does different moves. It's really cool how they do it. But yeah, so we've been playing a lot of Super Smash Brothers, mostly because actually admin Alex came over with his Link amiibo and destroyed almost all of Ron's amiibos except for his Lucas, which was just horrifying.
I bet you that was deflating for Ron.
It was. It was. But yeah, we learned how to train amiibos now, so we're gonna start training amiibos.
Okay.
And I'm gonna buy my first amiibo and train it up.
Ooh, what
and
one's going to
have
be
a
your first
Pokemon.
one?
I
Ooh, question.
don't know if I want to do Samus or Dark Samus. There's only a few tiny minor differences in how they play. But we'll see which one I can find first.
Okay.
So the amiibos that came out with the Wii U work for Switch, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So everyone listening, Will wants a Samus or Dark Samus amiibo. So I mean, if you feeling pretty jolly this Christmas and want to send them one.
Unfortunately, Samus and Dark Samus are both rather expensive.
Oh, I have a
Yeah.
Samus.
So if you're
Oh, well done.
loaded
Yeah.
and
you want
you want
to,
to be nice.
or if you're
Um,
not loaded and you just feel really generous.
No, I don't ask people for things. But yeah, Super Smash Bros. Been playing a lot of that. Played some League of Legends. They had an event recently where you got to like buy skins and chromas for Blue Essence.
Oh, really? I missed that. Unless it's still
that's
going on.
sad. It's not. I don't
Okay,
think.
I missed that then.
But yeah, I had a whole mess of Blue Essence, so I have a whole lot of skins and chromas now. It makes me happy. But yeah, played some of that. I got earlier in the week was getting just trashed, was not winning at all, just constantly losing. But I picked it up the last couple of days. But yeah, I think I'm starting to main assassins now, which is weird because I'm a support main.
Yeah, well, I mean, there was one time when we played and you played Pike and you were just wrecking people.
Yeah, Pike and Kha'Zix have become like my new mains. So I got some skins and chromas for them.
Nice.
But yeah, it really weird because I'm like, I'm a healer, and then I come out with these explosive assassins.
I mean, pretty soon you're going to be venturing off to everything else, and then you'll, just be a variety player.
Oh man. Maybe one day.
I mean, that's what I basically do.
I was gonna play some Fortnite last night, but I ended up playing Super Smash Bros. For 5 hours, so that didn't happen.
Yeah,
It's okay. We didn't need you.
Yeah, we
Yeah, I
invited
know
you.
you don't need me. All I am good for is driving like a maniac and maybe getting some
Hey.
good shots in.
Airplanes are back.
Okay. Want to play after we stream? That was my favorite part of the game ever. Was the airplanes.
Yeah, they're
Sure.
back. I would tell you, yesterday I got the Mandalorian sniper
It's so
rifle or
good,
whatever.
right?
I did not hit a single shot, and I was so upset. And I'm like, how am I missing this?
It's
But
thermal.
then-
It's thermal. You can see that.
I know, that was the great part. Yeah, and I didn't realize that I can like get close up and stab somebody with it.
I didn't know
was
that.
kinda
I was
cool.
just going at it long range, but that makes sense.
And then also yesterday, I did get the other sniper rifle that I didn't see before. It was like the Dragon Breath sniper rifle, and I was using that to just burn people's buildings down, and it was great.
Does it shoot? It shoots incendiary rounds.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Like
It
the
was cool.
Dragon's Breath shotgun.
yeah.
That's wild. That's insane. Yeah, we'll have to hop on that.
Yeah.
Let's see. Other than that, I don't know. I'll throw Marbles on stream in there because I've played a little bit of that on Sir Kozo Bros stream this week when I was at work. Shh, don't tell anyone.
Your secret's safe with the internet.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's really fun to have on the background sometimes. But that's pretty much it for me. Lindsay, what have you been playing, my friend?
Glad you asked. Hi, I'm Lindsay. Since I never got introduced.
But you
played.
came in talking, so and I did
know.
mention your name for the trivia question.
I played. What have I played?
You played Fortnite.
I played Fortnite. I played Overwatch. We got those wins.
You played Fall Guys.
I guess I did ask. So, let's start. Okay, Overwatch. We eventually just had to go to May's snowball fight.
Yeah.
Not snowball fight. Yeti Hunter is how we got our wins. Because you got to get those wins to get the
loot boxes.
I was gonna say the free skin.
Yeah, the free skin. Yeah.
Did Fortnite. Let's see. We didn't do Mutants and Masterminds this week. We had a nice week off.
But it was okay.
I was being a little selfish, and it turns out everybody else wanted the same thing, so it worked out.
yeah, it worked out.
Because originally the rest of our week was going to be filled up. Our Friday night thing ended up being canceled, so we did have yesterday. But it was still nice. Played Fortnite, enjoyed that. Wednesday, we had a girl squad going, and we were taking names. And how's that phrase go? Kicking butt and taking names.
No,
is that it?
Kicking butt and chewing bubble gum, and you're all out of bubble gum.
Oh, anywho, killed it on some of those games. We had a fun one where we were hiding in the sand, in the top 3, and poor Shell got killed. And then Heather and I were just still hiding in the sand, and then we were like, oh, I guess we could have helped. Then Heather died, and then I was just hiding in the sand underneath someone's build. There were 2 other people left. They were on opposite teams. And one killed the other, and then one was looting, and I just popped out and killed that sucker. He was probably mad. Then I emoted in my windscreen, and then just immediately sunk into the sand. It was kind of funny. But yeah, Fortnite was fun. Played it a few times. And then... what else? Fall Guys. A little bit yesterday. Played some new winter maps. Still not good at that game. But that's okay. I don't play enough to get good at it.
There was so many times yesterday, because if you do the winter ones, you're basically going to be doing this the same ones each time, and the first one has always been the same. And yesterday there were several times I'll be like, I'm done, and they're like Lindsay and Cody are like, you're already done, and I'm like, yeah, you just need to figure out my route and take that, because they were just surprised that I would be done so quickly. And then one time Lindsay was like, oh, I saw you went down and I went up, and we ended up at the same time. I was like, yeah, but that's not the rest of it. And she fell behind.
No. Okay. You never let me finish, because you interrupted me last night when I was trying to explain, and then I just gave up on explaining. My point was that particular section of the map, going down didn't gain you any time. You came out before me, but you also started before me. Okay? That was my only point I was trying to make. I wasn't talking about your whole route.
Oh, okay.
I was talking about that one particular section.
Okay.
But yeah, that's all I've played.
Sweet. Well, I guess we're gonna, move on to the main topic. We're basically just talking about, playing games with, others, in person versus online. Because I know a couple weeks ago, whenever we had our Friendsmas, and we, Lindsay and I went down to South Carolina and hung out with friends. All the games that we played were in person. And afterwards I was like, man, that was very enjoyable just to play games like with others and not just online. So
I don't have much to say. Well, I might, who knows? Yeah. I might think of something later. But I think especially after this year, it just feels good.
Yeah.
To do stuff in person with others. Like, we had dinner Monday night with friends. It just felt good to be around others. That's my 2 cents.
Because I know Yeah, like, you know, a lot of the games that we played there, you know, they were board games and those are meant to be played like in person. But we also did play Smash Brothers when we were there, and that could be something played online. But it was very enjoyable to play in person.
Oh, yeah.
So I know I have some pros and cons on, you know, the online and local. Will, do you have stuff like prepared?
I've got some pros and cons. Why don't you lead us off? Or Lindsay.
Yeah.
Sure.
I'll just interrupt like usual.
So I had some share pros. And those are, you know, video games are actually designed to be a social experience, you know, which I think what we have experienced, yeah, that is true. A lot of friends that I've met over the years were due to our connection to video games. I know I can't say that with Lindsay because she didn't really play much video games before, but you know, a bunch of our other friends, like we mostly would play games. Well, I met you through playing games, not video games, but it was just, you know, playing Magic. That's how I met Alex as well. I'm pretty sure some of our other friends in college, it was either going to be Magic or some sort of video game of where I connected with them, and I'm still friends with them today. So, and then, you know, another, you know, share pro, like between online and local, if you're playing games with your friends, you're having fun. Like, even if it is online and you're not together, you're still having fun.
Exactly.
But I want to go into these the online pros. So for gaming, like they even have taken some board games and they've made it like into a video game where you can play it like on the computer and then you can also play it online with others. One of them I know a couple of years ago, one of our friends, he got Gloomhaven for Christmas, which is it's an incredible board game. I didn't realize how in depth it is. But someone said, hey, they're making it on Steam and it's out on Steam. I haven't picked it up yet, but I'm pretty sure you can play with others. I know I've gotten Ticket to Ride as a board game and I've played it on an app, and I think like we've connected on on our phones back in the day and played that together.
We played it together.
So,
actually, I do want to mention that I saw someone's post on Facebook about Ticket to Ride on the app.
Mm-hmm.
It's a couple, they've got lots of children, and they said they've been playing on the app and it's been easier for them because they don't have to worry about kids messing up the board. They can like stop and like resume when they need to. I thought that was a cool little thing that she had written.
Yeah.
That it was a pro for things like that.
Yeah. So yeah, like, you know, some of these games that are meant to be played like in person, it's cool that they've turned them into a video game where you can actually play online with others. And being able to play online, it's just changed the way that we interact with each other, especially probably this year. We've experienced that a lot more. It's easier to schedule or organize to play with friends, because I know, like with Lindsay, we'll be like, hey, I want to do another game night. Like that's something that we have to like, you know, schedule in like, you know, weeks in advance. Mm-hmm. But if it comes to playing a game online, we can just be like, you know, message them and be like, hey, you want to play a game? And if they are available, they'll be like, sure. And then we can just jump on and play. Like it's really, you know, simple and easy. But you know, in person, that like you do have to schedule that. Also another pro is you get to play the games from the comfort of your own home. So if you went and met in person, if someone else was hosting, then you had to leave your home and go to their home. But
that's why we always host, Nick.
Oh, okay. But yeah, so you get to play online, you get to play from, you know, what you're comfortable in your, you know, home, and, you get to probably play the best that you're going to play and all that stuff. So home field advantage, even though everyone else would be a home field advantage. So I guess the advantage is just nulled out. And then also like what we experienced this year, it's great during a pandemic when you can't, get to other people's homes. Yeah, so that was like the pros that I had, listed for this. Will, if you had any, you can go ahead and share.
Yeah. I mean, for the online games, like you said, you can sort of meet people who play the same game as you. I hadn't really done that a whole lot when it came to video games, except for a few years ago when Dark Souls 2 first came out. I got obsessed with it and just started playing it a whole bunch. That's still the game that I have the most time in of any video game. And I became like the moderator of a couple of like Dark Souls 2 Facebook groups, and I always had all of these people like wanting to do jolly cooperation with me, asking me for advice, and it was really cool. Like I met a lot of interesting people who I'm still like Facebook friends with and still chat to to this day through playing Dark Souls 2, which is one of the most rage inducing and like toxic games that you can play. But it's one of the few games that I have actually still kept in contact with people I met playing that game, and never actually met them in real life.
That's cool.
And then again, more recently with Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege, I like my brother had introduced it to me, and then he stopped playing, and I didn't really have a whole lot of people to play with, but I would meet these random people in game who were like, hey, you're pretty good, or hey, I like this, or we would like work together in a match because it's all about teamwork. And that community is very strange because people will friend request you off of anything. So I have a whole bunch of like Steam friends from Siege who are all pretty good, and I still get invites to play Siege like all the time, even though I haven't played in almost a year. And I really need to jump back into it because
you were that
Sam
good,
Fisher's
man.
in it.
You're that good.
I used to be that good. But it's the most like Splinter Cell first person shooter game out there, and they finally added Sam Fisher from Splinter Cell. So I really need to jump back into it. But yeah, like having these online games, you get the opportunity to meet people who you wouldn't necessarily meet in your day-to-day life, and have opportunities to play with people who can challenge you that you wouldn't meet in real life. And I think that's a huge plus.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I know I've met people just from playing Overwatch, though I'm not the kind of person that likes to go in and listen to other people because I know people can be rude and stuff. But I know I got fortunate one time to get in and people were nice, and then I added them and played some more like comp games with them afterwards. But this was like about a year ago. And I don't think I've actually seen them back on PlayStation since then. One of them, I think occasionally I will see play Overwatch again, but I haven't played with them in like a year or so. But I mean, they're still there. Oh, sorry.
I met some people on Among Us one night. I wasn't playing with any of y'all. I just hopped in a random game and we were just talking, and it was a Friday night. And we had a lot of fun for the games that I played, and I will never see them again because you don't know who they are on Among Us. It's just, random people in a random game.
Yeah.
But it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, so
it's a lot of fun to build up their trust and then kill them.
Oh, snap.
Yeah. Did you have any more pros on this, or you just want to go into some cons for online?
I think we've hit most of the nails on the head. I mean, there's also sort of that it's not necessarily the online aspect of a game, but a game being connected to online is you get updates and patches and all sorts
Yeah.
of stuff like that, and
That is
most
true.
updated version of a game almost at demand. I mean, you have to wait for it to download and install. But that's
Yeah.
pretty good pro. You get updated versions of a game.
Yeah. So some of the cons that I had down was it could be difficult to socialize meaningfully with the power of the internet. I mean, like if you just get in a voice chat, I mean, you're not getting to see the other person. You can't read their face expressions and all that stuff. You're just hearing their voice. And sometimes it could be difficult to see where they're coming from or if they're making a joke and all that stuff, like especially if they don't change the tone of their voice. And then also the other thing I had was it takes away the fundamental satisfaction of seeing the smiles and laughter when you win together, or on the other hand, the utter defeat when you beat them face to face.
Yes.
Only slightly demented.
Which I know we experienced that whenever we played Smash Brothers at Friendsmas, where most time you would win. But anytime whenever I would get to win, it was like, yay, I finally did it. I don't feel like a loser. I can play this game.
Oh man. Oh dude, I'll talk about Sephiroth later.
Okay. But yeah, those were the only cons that I had for online.
But losing internet and not getting to play anymore, and all of the terrible drawbacks of online.
Yeah.
Toxic people, getting hate mail. I have gotten death threats because I beat someone in Monopoly online. It's a scary place online gaming is, and truly, be safe out there.
Yeah.
I know.
I mean, I think when you're playing with your friends, that part of it's not that bad. But when you are playing and more specifically talking to people that you don't actually know, that's where the danger comes in. And people are bullies on the internet, whether that's through video games or other aspects of the internet. So, watch yourself.
The amount of rage voicemails that I got on Xbox Live back in the day when I would just sit on Iron Bridge and just Dark Souls 2, man, got me so much hate mail.
I know. I had a message from, it was a couple weeks ago when we played Overwatch, and I played a character that I never play, and it was just like, it wasn't even a comp game. It was just like quick play, or it was even in the arcade. I was just like, sure, I'll play this character, and it was Brigitte. And she has like health pack things that she can throw, but she only gets 3 and there's a cooldown, but most of her healing is from swinging the flail when you're like in a group. But I wasn't really doing like a lot of healing, or there was like one person that didn't really heal that much or whatever. Either I couldn't see him or they weren't around or, something like that. But afterwards they gave messages like, what's the point of playing a healer if you're not going to heal? And I was like, well, I know I did heal some, but I sent a message back. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. I was playing a character I never played, and I just wanted to, see how she is. Plus, it wasn't comp, so it didn't really matter that much. But I'm sorry that you had a bad experience. And then they came back and, they weren't really mad anymore. So
yeah, that's my favorite thing, like getting random messages after an Overwatch game from someone you played with. I had one before. I don't think it was anything bad. And then I've gotten a random message after a Fortnite game before. But I think PlayStation fixed some of the random messages that you used to get. I got one that said, "Talk to me softly, Buttercups."
Oh no.
I never responded, but I also didn't delete it.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't delete something that good.
Exactly.
But also there was it wasn't when I was playing a video game. I was just uploading a clip from Fortnite onto TikTok, and someone just comes in and watched the video, and it said, "You suck," and I was like, I mean,
Oof.
like, I know I'm not great at Fortnite or whatever, and I really wanted to come back and say, I mean, you don't have to, state the obvious like John Madden here. Like we all know this. Just assume that I suck. But Lindsay was like, no, you don't need to do that. I'm like, okay. I mean, like, I'm not mad that he said that I suck. Like, I know I'm not good, but at the same time, it's like you're wasting your energy just stating the obvious. So. Yeah. Was there any more?
Go on there.
Is
Check
there
out
any
this
more
video.
cons that you had?
For online play, other than disconnects, lag, and toxic people, not really.
Okay.
I like the internet. It helps us get together and be sociable.
Yeah. All right. So then local, which I feel like I would prefer to do. Maybe, I don't know. All right. So local pros. I'll just kind of shoot through these real quick.
Don't do it quickly.
Okay, I'll shoot through ones that
Take your
are
time.
all right. Experiencing the game together.
Okay, not like that.
Oh, okay, all right. Experience the game together. I mean, it's fun. You're there. You're in each other's like company, and you get to enjoy this game that you want to play together or whatever. I know Lindsay and I, we played A Way Out, and that was a game that you had to play together. And so it was just fun to get to experience that, like couch co-op. And then there's also seeing everyone's reaction. I mean, if you're in a, like group of people playing a game together, like Magic or something, somebody does like throw down this card, you just get to see everyone's reaction of like, oh crap, we have to get rid of that, or oh my gosh, he did a board wipe, stuff like that. So
Exactly. I think some of our most memorable moments as a friend group have been when we were all together
yes.
playing. Like Kaylee's Blonde Hair of Lies is a really good one. And if there's one thing I know, it's that Alex is telling the truth. Like, those are two moments that I'll always keep in my mind. And that was when we were playing games together, mostly about accusing each other of being lying murderers. But we were playing together.
Yeah. I think just the alone seeing everyone's reaction just makes it a more better experience.
More better. Dang
more enjoyable experience. I think that was what I was trying to go for. And then, also they're like, if you play together in person, you're able to throw that controller at a person that is giving you grief.
Nicholas, you're not supposed to assault your friends.
Oh, sorry. I just know that's happened to me. I got hit with a controller by one of our friends.
What? What
I was
age?
Kindergarten.
Oh, okay.
Well,
yeah,
that
no,
doesn't count.
That's okay.
When I tell you Nick doesn't forget, I mean, he does not forget.
Like, he said
also,
one of our friends, like as if, wait,
you know.
Oh, okay. Is it?
I'm not going to shout out the name. I don't want to, call him out.
Okay. Well,
He'll
I will
probably
ask the
call
person
himself
I think it is later. I didn't know that we had more friends who knew each other in kindergarten.
We'll just say you know him because of me.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I know who it is.
Okay,
that's cool.
Also, with the local, you get to create just a game lounge, for everyone to enjoy. So, I mean, like some guys would have like a man cave or whatever. That could just be like a game lounge. It's not just for them. It's for, everyone to come over, experience, be comfortable and all that. You can have like the classic console area that will definitely encourage the local couch multiplayer. Like I know back in the day, whenever I would still have like the Nintendo 64, Sega Genesis, like the GameCube and like all that stuff, I would have them all at my TV, like connected, just waiting, having like friends over, be able to play games together. So, And then there's also LAN parties. Which I feel like I've only been to I've been to like one or two. But that was an experience. It was back in high school. There was a friend, he was hosting a big LAN party at like a church, not like inside the church. What's the building where you normally like the youth?
The fellowship building?
Yeah. I guess it was there. It was a huge fellowship building. It had like a gymnasium inside, but they had a huge LAN party, and I think a bunch of them were playing Counter-Strike. I don't know if it was CSGO at the time or whatever. They also had like GameCube set up for Smash Brothers and a bunch of other things. Like, it was really cool. I mean, like, and you don't really see a lot of those experiences like anymore because everyone just plays online.
Yeah. I remember vividly. I don't know if you could call them LAN parties, but me and my friends in Florida, when I lived down there, we would all get our laptops together and head over to our one friend's house, and we would play League of Legends 5-mans. So we would all be in the same room, just kind of like talking to each other, and it felt really cool. And we also, same thing, had a GameCube set up and other like games set up at his place that we could play. But usually it was just quote unquote LAN, even though we weren't using landlines. It was Wi-Fi. It was like LAN partying in League of Legends.
Well,
yeah,
Wi-Fi
party
doesn't sound as good.
I mean, speaking of that, I mean, we basically did that in college. Like, you know, me, Alex, our friend Justin, our friend Cody, and
what, with Minecraft?
I mean, well, Minecraft and League of Legends. I feel like we had a fifth. Oh no, our fifth person was I think like Cody's friend
Joey.
Mark from. Sometimes we would have Joey. Sometimes we would have Mark, or sometimes we would have Mark. I think Mark's cousin Tom. And
Yes.
but most of us, we were just in the same apartment, and we're playing League, and we're just like calling out things to each other. And then like after we would get a win, we would like come out of our rooms and just like, you know, high five and, you know, all that stuff, just be all excited and, you know, talk about our crazy plays that we did in the game that we just did. So, and then also we would do that with Minecraft, and it was a lot of fun. I know I feel like most of my, you know, memories that I have with those games come from like me in the apartment with everyone, and just like, God, man, good times. There was also, I know in the chat, Alex said, don't forget about Rock Band. I don't know how I could forget about Rock Band. Like, man, that's a great game of itself, and it definitely is one that you have to play locally. And I mean, it's just a lot of fun. Come together, you know, be a band. We should name the band Puzzles.
I remember, I mean, I've only had a few of these types of experiences. I remember in middle school, a keyboarding class, we all played Halo. Someone set it up on all our computers, and the teacher apparently didn't care, and we just all played Halo, and we were all in the same room, and it was a lot of fun. Yeah. And then I remember one specific, we had I was in marching band, yes, and we had a lock-in one night for some reason, and sort of like a youth group does, but it was with the band. It was at the school, actually, and a bunch of guys brought their whatevers and had
their whatevers?
Yeah. I think they probably had Xboxes, and they did like a LAN Halo party. That was pretty much the extent of my video gaming in person experience.
Yeah, I don't, like nothing beats the you know, in person, like same room, like playing games together.
Telling someone to their face how bad they are.
Yeah.
It's so satisfying.
You know, getting that trash talk.
That,
in
that
person.
sweet
Yeah.
trash talk.
Yeah.
I'm not good at that.
I don't like trash talk that much.
No,
I mean,
no,
to my extent, it'll just be like, get good. But, I mean, most time they know that I'm just joking.
the only time I ever trash talk is if, specifically in League of Legends, if someone on the other team is playing one of my mains and they're playing it badly, then I will call them out on it. Like if Blitzcrank is missing all of his hooks, I'll be like, "Come on, Blitz, come on, man, you gotta aim, man." Or if Nami's missing her bubbles,
Like, come on.
can't miss those bubbles. Those bubbles are very important.
Those bubbles are lifesavers.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know if you had any more pros to tack onto that. I definitely had a lot more pros for local than online.
Yeah, pros for local. There's so many.
Yeah.
And we didn't really even cover going to your local game shop and
Yes.
finding new people there. Like, I mean, we touched on a lot of games being a sort of social activity thing, but for those of you who may be joining us for the first time or 30th time who don't know, our friend group basically bonded over Magic the Gathering. Like,
Yep.
we had some other games in between, but we played Magic the Gathering. We didn't know the rules. We just had a bunch of cards and we made decks, and we knew some of the rules and we just played. And we really loved it. And, most of us are still friends 10 years later. So playing in person with absolute complete strangers can lead to, lifelong friendships, people that you absolutely care about.
Yeah.
We have friends who are having kids right now, and we are super stoked for them. Like, it's insanity what playing in person or even online can really lead to in your life. I don't know why I'm going on this rant, but I'm going to continue it.
Okay.
You do you, Will.
You do you.
But yeah, never doubt the power of playing a game in person. And if you're someone who wants to play games in person, like Dungeons and Dragons, Magic the Gathering, even board games, and you don't necessarily have people to play with, you can, not necessarily during COVID, because these are troubling times, but hopefully this vaccine and stuff works. I don't know, but when things cool down, drop by your local game shop, and there's usually sign up sheets or people playing games, and they're usually wanting friends as well, so you can find people to play with.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
one of the best things about playing in person, is the real treasure is the friends we made along the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. We met people at our local game store back when we lived in South Carolina.
Geek
We're
out.
Still Facebook friends with them.
Geek
today.
Out Games.
Rip.
Never forget.
R.I.P.
I don't know why I said I had nothing else to
Okay.
say.
Well, yeah, with a lot of pros, there also comes, a few cons. One of them I know I've experienced, growing up by playing like Halo or some of these other games, is whenever you're playing on the same screen, you easily get to face some cheaters that will screen look. And if you're listening, you know who I'm talking to.
With my experience with that, I just get confused as to who I am. That's my
Just don't look at the other screen, like the other person's corner of the screen. Just look at yours. Yeah, screen lookers are the worst. I know I've seen some memes where there's like a 1v1 battle, and they have cardboard taped in the middle of the TV and like up to like over the person that's sitting that has the bottom screen. He's underneath the cardboard, so he can't look up, and the person up top can't look down. So yeah,
Perfect.
screen lookers, they can be bad. And then also sometimes it can get overcrowded depending on how small the room is and how many people there are. I know I'm not one that enjoys being in a big crowd, like in a smaller area, but I mean, it still can, like the reactions and all that stuff still could, overwhelm that con, but those are the only cons that I had.
Yeah, yeah, it can be very draining. I know several of our friends are also introverted, and those couple of days a year where we all get together are absolutely the best. And
Yeah.
we all love to get together and make memories and see each other and catch up, especially in 2020. But the next day you just kind of you gotta go hermit mode, go blanky mode, if you
Mhm.
will, and just hide away sometimes because social interaction is hard.
Yeah.
Unless you're an extrovert. If you're an extrovert, good on you. I respect you, but I need to recharge my batteries sometimes,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and that's where online games help
Yeah.
because you just hop on and you can talk into a piece of plastic, and there you go. You're playing a game with your
Mhm.
friends.
And I think you mentioned it earlier, Nick, but not with the cons for local. It is harder to schedule sometimes a time when
Yeah.
you can all get together. Like we're looking at with our friends that live near us, we're looking at another game night where we've got a plan 2 to 3 weeks ahead because of work schedules and everything. But online games, we'll just send out a message, hey, you want to play? And if they say no, we go on to the next person.
Yeah.
So that does kind of. But I think when you do get that scheduled and you're in the moment, it is worth it. I think it's worth the hassle of trying to find a time when everyone can get together.
Yeah. Now we can quickly go over some of our, top games that we put that we would prefer to play local as to online, and if we had ones that we would prefer to play online than local, which that one's a little bit more difficult for me to come up with ones to play online over local.
I mean, any first-person shooter is better online than in person.
Yeah. I mean, I was mostly trying to think of games that are known to play local, but I would prefer to play online. That's what I was trying to figure out.
Oh,
See, I will say this. Whenever it comes to Magic, I definitely prefer to play in person, but I love the fact that Arena does everything for me.
that's
Yes.
That's the only thing that I like about it, is
Y'all
that
have
it
to
does
pull
everything
out
for me.
7 little dice to get all your counters on.
But I do have a list of games I would prefer to play local than online.
Yeah.
Smash Brothers is definitely one of them.
Mhm.
Minecraft is one. I like we were talking about before. I had a lot more fun to be in the same room, people, and playing Minecraft. Same goes with League of Legends.
Mhm.
I mean, League, like, I don't mind playing online, so far away from one another, because I mean that's kind of what we have to. But I found it more enjoyable to be in the same room playing. So, and then I mean other games would be like Mario Kart. I mean that's just mostly a lot of the Nintendo games.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Any game that you can really stomp out your friend's hope and will to go on, they're all better in person.
Yeah,
Um,
those were just my games that I mentioned.
I'll throw one out there that's definitely better in person. Monopoly.
Yeah.
You can play Monopoly
Yeah.
online, but it's not the same.
No, you can't flip that table.
You can't flip that table. It's got to be a good solid in-person table flip. Yeah, there's so many in-person games that just they're so much better in person. Online, like you said, it's kind of hard to think of a game that you can play both in person and online that's better online.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, Dungeons and Dragons, I absolutely love to play in person. I haven't gotten to play a whole lot of in person Dungeons and Dragons. So I have to give a shout out to all the online applications that let you play it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because it's really awesome. Like Roll20, D&D Beyond. Even Dwarven Forge has some stuff that I haven't gotten to check out. I know I've seen Matt Mercer use it, and I've seen some good videos of what they've got going on. But I think that's money that you have to spend to get that stuff. But yeah, I can't really say definitively that there's an online game that I prefer to play online rather than in person or via LAN/Wi-Fi party.
Yeah, it's just hard to think about. I mean, I guess for like what Lindsay brought up earlier, that whole Ticket to Ride, though they were still together, but they were playing on their phone instead of like on the board. But
yeah, like it just worked better for their situation
Yeah.
with their kids and everything.
yeah. But I think that's what we have for, the playing games with others.
Yeah. I mean, you've got it's going to be good either way.
Oh yeah.
If playing games is something you enjoy, which who doesn't? It's going to be good either way. You don't think you always just have to sit and play a game by yourself.
Yeah.
Find friends. Join our Discord. You'll find friends.
Yeah, join our Discord. But yeah, so we're going to move on to our nostalgia game of the week.
Do 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 do.
We have a jingle for that now, apparently. Remember that. All right, so this is where we'll just spin a wheel that has a list of old games that give us that nostalgia feel, and then we're going to talk about the game that it lands on. If you have any suggestions to add to our wheel, feel free to drop it in the nostalgia game section in our Discord.
That was a mouthful.
Yes, it was. Let me get this pulled up. Boom. And we got Dragon Ball Z Legacy of Goku 1 and 2.
I know not this game, so I have nothing to say.
Will, did you ever play this game?
Legacy of Goku was
It was the
I think
Game
it was
Boy
the one I
Advance game?
had on. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, it was. Yeah, I loved those games. I played them so much, dude. So much.
I
was terrible at them, but I loved
Yeah, I was not good at them. I enjoyed them. Like I enjoyed it a lot. I remember there was a phase whenever I'd played a lot of Dragon Ball Z games, because there was the Legacy of Goku 1 and 2, which I don't even know how far I got in them, to be honest. Like, I mean, I was young. I didn't really know. But there was also that Dragon Ball Z trading card game that they had as a video game for like the Game Boy Advance. And I played that one, and I learned how to play the card game. But if you ask me now, I don't know how to play the card game. But this game, I mean, it was just kind of an RPG type game where you play as the different Dragon Ball Z character, or mostly Goku, I guess. And I mean, you just go around and experience the world of Dragon Ball Z.
It was, for its time, super good.
Yes.
Like, looking back, I'm looking at some of these like screen grabs. I'm like, man, that was rough.
Yeah.
But you could fly. Like, you could actually like get up and fly. I remember being extremely frustrated in the first one because you couldn't fly for like a long time. I was like, why can't I just fly over here? And then you like figured out how to fly. I spent probably years like playing the game and then stopped playing the game, stopped playing the game. But I finally beat the first one.
You know what? I want to look for a port to be able to play that game, because it's been a while, and
dude,
it just, yeah.
I will tune into that stream if you can find a good port. That was such a good game.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. All right, well, we're going to move on to our out of the box gaming news. No jingle this time, Will?
Welcome to
Out of the Box Gaming News with Lindsay Picard.
That was beautiful.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Electronic Arts is allegedly attempting to outbid Take-Two Interactive's nearly $1 billion offer to acquire Codemasters, the developers behind the Dirt, F1, and Project Cars racing franchises. CD Projekt Red says its intention is for every owner of a physical copy or a digital copy of Cyberpunk 2077 bought at retail who has valid proof of purchase to receive a refund. We will do this out of our own pocket if necessary, they said. Sony has officially removed Cyberpunk 2077 from the PlayStation Store, offering customers who purchased it through their digital storefront a full refund to ensure a high level of customer satisfaction. Both Spider-Man Miles Morales and Marvel Spider-Man Remastered for PS5 have received updates that feature a 60 FPS mode with ray tracing enabled. Among Us is $5 on Switch and can cross-platform play with PC and mobile. And Among Us will officially come to Xbox platforms in 2021 and is available now for Xbox Game Pass Ultimate PC subscribers. UK Parliament members filed a motion to discuss prohibiting the resale of gaming consoles and computer components at prices greatly above retail price and ban the use of bots to purchase them. According to Walmart's chief information security officer, one bot preventative action we implemented just hours before the PlayStation 5 event on November 25th blocked more than 20 billion bots. 20 million bot attempts within the first 30 minutes alone. And lastly, Hades adds cross-save support. Players can now link their Steam or Epic accounts with the Nintendo Switch version of the game to enable cross-save between the two.
That was a lot.
Yeah.
That was a lot of news. I don't know about the Electronic Arts thing. The first thing that we said about like trying to acquire Codemasters. I don't know how far that's gone because I know that was one of the earlier things in the week of news that I found. But yeah, I mean, that's a lot of money for $1 billion to just get all those racing games.
I mean, it is EA. They want all the sports.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yo, like. This is history right now. Like,
I'm kind of sad for CD Projekt Red.
This is history, like going on.
I called it weeks ago. I said maybe months ago. I don't remember when I called it, but I said they should postpone it until like maybe March. Not rush things. Wait for the new gens to come out and updates for the old gens, because that's what a lot of the issues are. Is that the consoles can't handle it. Most of the PC players have gotten back into the game, and it's fine. Like everything's not everything, but
yeah,
PCs calm down. Consoles
not so much.
It's been rough.
The thing is, like, and I'll see people say, "Oh, I haven't had any problems," but if you look at their like the quality of it, it's nothing to what it could be. Like what it, like what PC has.
Yeah.
So at the same time, like, I don't see why these people would want to play the last gen version of it if they have the newer consoles.
Yeah, if you're, in my opinion, in my very humble, unprofessional opinion, if you are trying to play Cyberpunk on a Xbox One or a PlayStation 4, like, just don't. Don't. Like, you're not allowed to complain when it doesn't work, because they did an update for the old systems so that supposedly it runs now, but you see the requirements that it has for PC, like just for the recommended. Those old systems don't have those, so you're running this game at less than recommended settings on the console, and it's just bad. It's just bad.
The thing, like, what I think is, since they don't even have the versions for the newest console, like the PS5 or the Series X and S, they really should have just delayed the game altogether, because they were having so many problems. Like, just delay it until they can at least get those versions out. But a lot of people are just complaining. They're like, we want the game now. Then they release it, and they're like, this game has a lot of bugs.
Never mind.
We don't want it. You should have delayed it. It's like, well, they can't win. So.
Yeah, they really messed up. They should have delayed until March, gotten everything right, just released it for the next. If they had just released it for the next gen, I would have been cool with it, because the old gens just they can't run it right.
Yeah.
It would have been a good contender for a good solid contender in the timeline for 2021 for Game of the Year and other
Yeah.
categories. Now it's going to basically fall into the footsteps of Fallen Order, where it's probably going to get a nomination for one, maybe two categories, and still probably get snubbed.
Yeah.
And
And that
honestly,
makes me very sad.
if it doesn't get fixed, it might not even get nominated.
Yeah, I know I've seen a lot of people are like saying that this is supposed to be, you know, the greatest game to come out, you know, for this year, but yet it's turning into one of the worst releases of games that we have ever seen. And the fact that, like, what Lindsay read, Sony has removed the game from the PlayStation Store for people to like, I don't even know if that's been done. Like, I don't think that was done for the other games that had issues, like No Man's Sky or what was the Fallout game that had a bunch of issues? Was it 76? Yeah, like I don't even think they pulled those games from the store because of the issues. No. Like this is like this has never happened that I know of, and like this is bad.
I mean, I think it shows some integrity on CD Projekt Red's part. Like they knew that they were rushed. They knew that they shouldn't have released it. I don't know where the pressure came from and like why it was released now.
I don't know.
But this like very quick turn on, yeah, we'll give you a refund, especially for those who purchased basically for PlayStation and physical copies and all that. Like it makes sense because it's the console and the consoles are having a rough time of it. So they probably knew, yeah, these consoles aren't going to be able to run this game, especially the way we're releasing it right now. Yeah. Which is sad. Like very, very sad.
I feel bad for them because I'm sure it's not their intention to put out something that is bad and disappointing and is not going to work. And there must have been pressure from somewhere to release it, and I just hate it for him.
Yeah. Yeah, moving on. Let's see. Cool that Among Us is on Switch now, and that's going to be available on the Xbox platforms. That's cool. Let's see. UK, you know, praise you for discussing prohibiting, you know, resale of gaming consoles and computer components at like way increased prices.
Price gouging.
Yeah. So, Walmart, that's cool that you prevented, you know, that many bots from attempting to like purchase PS5s. So keep doing that. And then Hades, still haven't played, want to play sometimes. It's cool that you have cross save now. So
yeah.
Which I don't know if I would actually have it for both PC and Steam or Switch, not Steam. But I mean, for the ones that do, I mean that's really cool. Like,
I mean, I think if it's a game that you really, really like and you're gonna play a lot, then that's cool because you can take the Switch on the go.
Yeah, if you're a person who uses your Switch on the go, it would make a lot of sense. I watched a little bit of our friend Skylord Alexander, also known as Admin Alex, play it the other day, and it looks really good. Like I know we hadn't talked a lot about it when we were going through the Game Awards stuff, but it
did get a 10 out of 10 from IGN, and I mean whenever I saw that, and then it was like one of the nominees for Game of the Year. I was like, oh, I mean, I know this is probably a really good game, and I want to play it sometime. Just, yeah.
The music reminds me of Doom.
Okay.
Like they kind of gave that, like, they've got in the fights some, like, deep, bassy rock, like, with some sick bass lines. It's fun. It's really fun, the way they did the music.
Yeah. But we are definitely running out of time for today.
Well, I hope you guys have been thinking about that trivia question because it's time for us to give our answers.
And Lindsay? I want to be giving my answer first because you know it.
Yeah! So my question was, in the original arcade version of Donkey Kong, what was the name of the character that would later be known as Mario?
Okay, so...
Nick?
throughout the episode, I kind of was thinking about it. I feel like I heard this in the like different documentaries and whatever, and it kind of makes sense to me. I don't know if this is true, if I did hear it, or if I'm just making it up, but Jumpman, because Mario would just jump in like the old game. So,
Okay. Final answer, locking it in.
I mean, yeah, I want to lock that in. I don't know if that's true, but I feel like that's what I heard from the documentary, but I'm not 100% sure.
Okay, William.
I'm like 50%.
Yeah, Jumpman.
I'm 100% sure now after Will said Jumpman.
Yeah, you got
Okay.
it. It's Jumpman.
Woo! Yay, I'm not falling behind anymore right now.
I need to work harder to trick Will.
Yeah, don't wait till the last minute.
I did not wait till the last minute. I had this clue. Not this clue. I had this trivia question done last week when I got last week's trivia question.
Oh, okay. She's on top of it, but not on top of
Really,
trying
I
to stump you.
screenshotted it and there were 3 questions on the page. So.
Okay. All right, but we're going to wrap up this episode, and we want you to be able to contact us and check us out on other media platforms. Will, where can they do that?
Well, we've got the YouTube channel, of course, Out of the Box Gaming. That's where you can find all of our episodes and all of that. Be sure to go over there, hit like on every single episode because they're all golden. And then, follow, subscribe, all that. We've also got our Discord. It's linked there at our YouTube channel and, everywhere else that you can find our link tree because that's pretty useful. We've got an Instagram. It is OOTB_gaming. Our Twitter handle is @GamingOOTB, and we've even got a TikTok. We talked about that earlier, where Nick got made fun of for his bad gaming skills.
That was
it
on
is
my
at
TikTok.
OOTB Gaming. Hey, why do you have 2 TikToks, man? Come on.
I have one
Check
for
out our
me.
Patreon, the awesome perks you can unlock there. Thank you to our phenomenal, terrific MVP Collector's Edition Patreon Cody Watkins, also known as Kitsune Myth. He's quite a guy. He's always in our streams, everyone else's streams. He's like the king of Twitch right now. I don't know what's going on, but yeah, shout out to him. He's the man.
And speaking of our awesome Patreon perks, some tiers will get you extra entries to our monthly giveaway. And we are, I think Lindsay Lindsay has not done an Instagram thing for the giveaway yet. Lindsay will give us some information right now.
Lindsay's been falling down on her job. I don't know who this Lindsay person is, but they really need to get it together. This month's giveaway is a mystery. Haha, just like Christmas, you don't know what your gift is gonna be till you get it. So head over to our Instagram, and you know what, guys? I will put that out in the next day or so. You know what? Nick, make me do it after this.
Okay.
Find that December giveaway post, enter it. Rules are simple. Like the post and follow us. And look, those Patreon extra monthly entry giveaways, that was a lot of words.
They help.
Do help. Because Mr. Cody Watkins won our last giveaway because he ended up with 4 extra entries. So yeah, giveaway will end January 2nd at 10 p.m. Eastern. So by the time this comes out on your favorite podcasting platform, it should be up. So go enter. Best of luck.
Yeah. And if you want to find me, you can go to YouTube, Twitch, or Instagram at Ace King and TikTok. Yeah. Is it Ace King on TikTok?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah. And then Twitter at Ace King 77.
Please make sure to leave a review on our podcast on whichever platform you found us on. Hit that thumbs up, like button, hit follow, hit subscribe, all those things. Thank you so much for listening. Please join us next week.
This has been Out of the Box Gaming with Nick Picard, Will Kinsey, and Lindsay. Thanks for playing along.